Stand at the edge of Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, and the first thing you would notice is not silence. It is the sound of thousands of footsteps, pilgrims climbing dusty roads, merchants shouting beside the gates, priests moving toward the temple in white linen, Roman soldiers watching from the walls. And above everything, rising over the city like a mountain of stone and gold, stands the Temple of Jerusalem. But this city does not know what is coming. Within one generation, much of what you are about to see will be burned, broken, and buried under history. The sun rises over the Judean hills, turning the limestone walls of Jerusalem pale gold. From a distance, the city looks almost carved out of the mountain itself. Terraced houses cling to the slopes. Narrow roads twist toward massive gates. Smoke from cooking fires rises into the morning air, mixing with dust, incense, and the smell of animals being led toward the city. This is Jerusalem during the age of the Second Temple. To the people walking these roads, this is not an ancient ruin. It is alive, crowded, sacred, dangerous. A city of prayer, trade, politics, fear, and hope. And today, we are walking through it as it may have looked nearly 2,000 years ago. We begin outside the walls, where the road climbs toward the city. A farmer leads a donkey loaded with baskets of figs and olives. A family from Galilee walks barefoot through the dust, carrying small bundles for the journey. Traders from distant towns speak in different accents, bringing cloth, spices, pottery, and coins from across the Roman world. Jerusalem is not only a local city, it is a destination. People come here because the temple is here. They come to pray, to offer sacrifices, to sell goods, to meet relatives, to settle disputes, and sometimes to be seen. As we approach the gate, the crowd thickens. Stone towers rise above us. Guards stand near the entrance. The sound changes from open countryside to compressed city noise. Sandals scrape against stone. Animals bray, a child cries. Somewhere inside, metal tools strike against wood. Then we pass through the gate. Jerusalem closes around us. Inside the lower streets, the city feels tight and physical. The lanes are narrow, the walls are high. Houses are built from pale limestone with flat roofs, small courtyards, and shaded rooms hidden behind simple doorways. Morning light cuts sharply between buildings, leaving half the street glowing and half in shadow. Vendors spread goods on low tables. Bread is stacked in rough baskets. Dates, lentils, fish, oil, and wine are traded beside clay jars and woven mats. A butcher wipes his knife. A woman carries water in a jar balanced against her hip. Boys push through the crowd with quick, practiced movements. This is the daily life of Jerusalem. Not every face is rich, not every home is clean. Some people live in crowded rooms close to animals, smoke, and waste. Others wear finer fabrics, moving uphill toward the wealthier quarters where the streets widen and the houses become larger. The city is divided by status, by family, by faith, by power. But everyone feels the same shadow: Rome. Turn a corner, and the Roman presence becomes impossible to ignore. Soldiers move through the street in disciplined groups, their armor catching the sun. They are not everywhere, but they do not need to be. Their power is visible in the way people make space for them. Jerusalem is a sacred city, but it exists inside an empire. Taxes flow outward. Orders come from men far away. Local rulers, priests, officials, merchants, and soldiers all compete inside the same crowded pressure chamber. A Roman patrol passes a group of pilgrims. No one speaks for a moment. Then the market noise returns. That is the rhythm of the city. Faith and occupation, prayer and suspicion, commerce and resentment. The streets are alive, but beneath the surface, tension is already building. Now the street begins to rise. More people are moving in the same direction. The air grows louder, the buildings open, and suddenly the Temple Mount comes into view. It is enormous. The platform dominates the city, a vast complex of walls, courts, gates, colonnades, and bright stone. In ultra-realistic 4K detail, you would see sunlight flashing across polished surfaces, shadows stretching beneath long porticos, and thousands of people flowing through the sacred space like a living river. Priests in white linen move with controlled urgency. Pilgrims bring offerings. Money changers sit near tables. Animals are inspected, guided, and prepared. The sounds are overwhelming. Voices echo against stone. Birds flap in cages. Sheep pull against ropes. Trumpets call from above. Prayers rise from the crowd and disappear into the open sky. For many who have traveled for days or weeks, this is the center of the world. This is where heaven and earth feel closest. And yet, from a nearby fortress, Roman eyes watch the same scene. Above the poorer quarters, Jerusalem changes again. In the upper city, the homes of wealthy families and powerful elites are larger, cleaner, and more decorated. Courtyards hold water basins, floors may be patterned, walls may be plastered. Servants move quietly through shaded rooms while guests recline near tables of fruit, wine, and bread. From here, the city looks different. The noise of the market becomes distant. The temple shines across the valley. The poor neighborhoods seem lower, dustier, almost separate. But wealth does not remove fear. Everyone in Jerusalem understands that power can shift quickly. A rumor from Rome, a decision by a governor, a dispute among priests, a protest in the temple courts, any of these can turn the city from holy to violent, and history is already moving. The same stones that glow in the afternoon sun will one day be blackened by fire. The same streets filled with pilgrims will one day echo with soldiers. The same temple that seems eternal will not survive the century. As evening falls, Jerusalem softens. The heat fades from the stone. Families gather on rooftops. Lamps appear in doorways. Smoke rises from ovens. The western sky turns red behind the hills. For a moment, the city feels peaceful. A mother calls her child inside. A priest washes his hands. A merchant counts coins by lamplight. A Roman soldier leans against a wall and watches the streets below. Nobody sees themselves as part of an ancient documentary. They are simply living. They worry about food, money, family, honor, taxes, prayer, illness, and tomorrow. That is what makes this city feel real. Jerusalem was not only temples and kings, it was footsteps, dust, hunger, arguments, songs, animals, children, and ordinary people living under extraordinary pressure. Walking through Jerusalem 2,000 years ago means walking through a city at its height without forgetting that disaster is approaching. The walls still stand, the temple still shines, the markets still breathe, the streets are still full of life, but history is already gathering outside the gates. Within decades, Rome will return with armies, the city will be besieged, the temple will be destroyed, and the Jerusalem we have just walked through will become memory, ruin, and sacred longing. Yet history never truly disappears. It survives in stones, in texts, in faith, in archaeology, and in the imagination of every generation that tries to see the past clearly again. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below and tell me what you'd like to see next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos like this.